Mr. Vice President Mike Pence. Classified documents found at Mike Pence's home. Interesting. So I really could care less, to be quite honest, at this point. I mean, we've had so many nuclear secrets, and F-22 Raptor secrets, and the F-35. I mean, like, there's just been secrets sold everywhere. That's why the Chinese fighter jets, the fifth generation jets, and the Russian fifth generation. That's why they look like ours, for crying out loud. I mean, what game are we playing at this point? The classified documents. What else are you going to give to them? We've already given our enemies nuclear secrets. Clinton in the 90s. We've already given our fifth gen, stealth technology. It's already been stolen. It's been sold by, the big guy and all these other people and every other politician out there. We got Eric Swalwell sleeping with Chinese spies. I mean, like, guys, what are we doing at this point? The thing with this story is that you need to continually look around you. If you keep focusing on one thing, it's called tunnel vision. My dad is an optometrist, and I've talked about a lot about eyes growing up, and your periphery is there. You have to use it, and so many people get locked into tunnel vision and just staring at one thing. And in hockey, we call it just looking at the puck. Like if someone scores a goal, it's generally because someone wasn't looking for their guy. Hockey played 5-on-5 generally, and every person has someone they're defending basically in their own zone. And when you're playing defense, and be playing man-to-man football or something like that, man-to-man coverage. And if you're watching the ball, if you're watching the puck, and you're not following where your guy's going, guess what? There's someone running loose back here. There's someone skating loose, and he's going to be in front of the net, and he's going to have the puck sent to him, passed to him, and boom, it's in the back of your net. Or boom, the ball goes over your head, and the guy's running 50 yards the other way for a touchdown. So you have to look around you and constantly have your head on the swivel. That if there's one thing that you get from this community and from what we're building here and our channel and everything, it's please look around you. Please always be on a swivel. Please, whenever you hear anything, please look around you. Please go and search 5 different sites to see what's going on. Please Google it. Please figure out what's going on and actually do research for a second. Or don't let these things go into your head. At the end of the day, the biggest thing is your own personal development. Bob Proctor, The Secret, Earl Nightingale, Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, these guys, Napoleon Hill, are some of the best people in the world you can focus on. You can tell none of our politicians, none of our leaders actually listen to guys like that and actually follow that and actually improve themselves mentally and physically, spiritually and emotionally. Because if they did, we wouldn't have all these problems. They'd be leading. They'd be leading from the front instead of leading from behind, aka Barack Obama, things like that. Like these politicians aren't leaders. They don't do anything. They're grifters. They don't have their own businesses. They don't do anything. Donald Trump, and there's some of them. Donald Trump had his own businesses. There's a few that actually led people. But 99% of politicians don't do anything. They're attorneys. My wife's an attorney, so I can say these things. They're politicians that don't do any real jobs. They're just pushing papers back and forth. They're just writing law back and forth and have their clerks doing stuff and then just taking a paycheck. They're there just keeping people at home and saying, you know what, shut down that aisle. You know what, rope off that aisle. You know what, shut down that mom and pop store while they continually get our tax money. Mind you, remember, paying the government, paying tax to the government and a government worker getting their paycheck is like taking an electrical strip. Got one down here. It's like taking an electrical strip and plugging it into itself. You're not providing anything to anyone. There's no actual electricity running through. There's nothing going on. That's a government worker. Government doesn't provide value. They don't provide goods and services. They are there sucking and leeching off the system. They have no assets. They have no money, no wealth creation. That's from the private sector. We give them everything they have. We give them the power they have. We give them the money they have through the ability to print currency and steal our money and wealth, or directly through taxation. We give them our time and energy, our money. So what are we doing, America? What are we doing, Western society? Wake the F up. Wake the F up. Let's start figuring out what we're doing and start putting our head on a swivel. And things like this are hilarious. I mean, like Trump, classified documents, Biden, I got him in my Corvette. Like, what are we doing here? Like, let's actually find the problems. We love the symptoms. We love the symptoms in the society. Let's just treat it with a prescription. Let's just treat it with opioids. Let's just treat it with something else instead of the actual root cause. Because newsflash, if we actually treated the root cause, it would be massive upheaval in this country. This entire school system would go away. The entire, half of the pharmaceutical market, if not more, would go away. All these grifters, influencers, social media stars, sports stars, they'd go away. You wouldn't have these people just being able to sit there on opioids and playing fantasy football and just staring at a TV all day for 9 hours a day. The average person, as of 40 years ago, watched 7 hours of TV or had the TV on 7 hours a day. I did a study for myself, a simple math equation of this was 10 years ago, and when my wife and I got married, and we said, we're not going to get cable. She didn't grow up with cable, and I was like, we're not getting cable. And I did the study of 70 years. If you did 70 years, which we'll do it right now, just so people can believe me. 70 years. If you took 70 years of your life and you did 3 hours of TV a day, what would that equal? So if that's just like one sporting event every day, and it's like, what, hey, and then I didn't even know, but people watch much more TV than that, and actually the average of TV being on was 7 hours. This is 40 years ago. So the screen time now is probably 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 hours a day of screen time, because probably your phone is now included, right? So 70 years, if you're 10 years old, up to 80, we'll say, so 70 years times 3 hours, 70 years, we're going to have to do this differently, actually. 70 years times 365. So 70 years times 365, that's 25,000 days, right? And then times 3 hours a day is 76,000, and we're going to divide that by 24 to see how many years of your life. We have to work backwards. So 76,000 divided by, that's how many hours of your life you spent watching TV, right? So hours divided by 24 is 331, divided by 365 days, 8 years, 9 years, 9 years of your life. You spent 9 years of your life watching TV. 9 years. There's no break time in there. Just 9 straight years of your life. So, you watch 4 hours of TV, that's probably 10 years, 13 years of your life. 10 years. We'll just say 10 years. 10 years of your life watching TV. Think about what you could do in that time. Learning languages, learning skills, being a better investor, being a better family member. Just think of the things. So when you get sucked into this, turn your head away from mainstream news. Turn your head away from a lot of just the news in general. Let's start thinking of what we can do with actually, fixing the money, fixing the world, our better mind, better soul, better mental, spiritual, emotional health. This is the whole point of what I'm doing here, is to stop focusing and getting tunnel vision. Stop watching the puck. Watch around you. Awareness. I say this to my children all the time. 6, 4, 2, and then just born. Awareness. Look around you. What's around you? This is just absolute comedy, because they are distracting you from what's actually going on. The red versus blue is distracting you from the state versus you. That we're in a fight, an absolute mind fight right now, or a cultural fight, cultural rot, and it's all because the state does not want you to know that we are in a fight of collectivism, the state versus individualism, the 99%. And a lot of these people fight for the statist, the collectivist side, thinking they're part of that side for some reason. No. 99.9% of people are in the individualist camp, and so many think they're over here in the statist camp. We got to get the battleground straight. If you like this, please subscribe, please share this. It's just tiring. I appreciate your time and energy. It's the most important asset we have. It's the only finite asset we have besides Bitcoin. Bitcoin is time, and time is Bitcoin. This is not financial advice, this is freedom advice. Please please subscribe, please share this to someone you think might need to hear this, might need to get it, who's concerned about Pence documents now and Trump documents and every president. Again, newsflash, every president's got this going on. Half of them have sold nuclear secrets, for crying out loud. There's been a few of them. So at the end of the day, focus on what you can control. Make yourself better. If we continually do that and make ourselves better, everything ripples out from there. Appreciate you. We'll see you on the next one.